Hey y'all, welcome back. It's Leslie with Fat Cat Flossing, back for another episode. Thanks y'all if you're coming to watch for the first time. I'm a crazy cat lady who likes to stitch. If you're coming back to see more of the crazy, yeah, you're special, aren't you? There'll be more of it today, I promise. But anyway, welcome y'all. It's Friday, June 15th. It's hotter than the blue blazes outside. I just got back from taking our recycling up to the city recycling center. They do provide for recycling, but they don't pick it up. You have to haul it up there. So, yeah. And since I, if I can, prefer to order everything in the world online, I get lots of boxes and stuff because I'm just too lazy. It's hot. I don't want to go out to the grocery store and haul it all home. So, anyway, we generate lots of recycling. I just hauled it up there. I'm hot. But anyway. It's a beautiful day in Northwest Arkansas. Hot, but pretty outside. Blue skies, fluffy clouds, nice and warm. Anyway, thanks for coming back to chat, y'all. I appreciate it. Let me address the elephant in the room, which is the rash all over my face. I went to the doctor yesterday. I had some steroids. Apparently, I'm allergic to something. Who knows what? This started like last Friday, and I've got a rash. The back of my neck looks like a raw hamburger. My face is actually getting better. Hopefully, with the steroids, it'll start to clear up pretty soon. So I apologize. I'll probably be itching everything while y'all are watching. Doesn't that sound like a lot of fun? But it's getting better. And while I was at the doctor yesterday, I got my knee injected. I have real bad knees from, I tore them up when I was playing volleyball in high school, and being on my feet for 25 years working as a nurse didn't do them any favors. And I'm trying to put off my total knee replacement for as long as I can. So a couple times a year, my doctor injects my right knee, especially with some anti-inflammatory steroids and local anesthetic. And this last time, it lasted almost 6 months before it got back to being miserable enough that it was keeping me up at night. So it's a little bit better today, and that gradually kind of, works its way up to a peak and then kind of plateaus. So I'm hoping it will continue to improve over the next few days. So fingers crossed. What else is going on? It's Father's Day weekend. One of my two brother-in-laws is coming into town with his wife, and we're going out to eat tonight. We're going to that little Chester Country Cafe. They do all-you-can-eat fish on Friday nights. And my father-in-law loves fried fish. So that's the plan for tonight. I like hush puppies. I'll have a little fish and a lot of hush puppies. Anyway. What else is going on? Let's see. Last week, the kittens were not doing well. As of Wednesday, they were on their antibiotic for a week. And by last Saturday, I think they were pretty much back to normal. They're eating and playing and doing good. They'll be 10 weeks old on Sunday, I think. They're doing great. They're so cute. The littler babies, Poppy's babies, will be 3 weeks old late tomorrow night. And Velvy's babies were 2 weeks old this morning. And they're all just cutest little bugs. I think out of the smaller kittens, 4 of the 5 are probably seal points. I'm still not sure about Velvy's little girl. She may be blue. She may be seal. She looks lighter than the boys, so I'm kind of hoping she's blue. But anyway, everybody's doing good. Kittens are all doing great. Other cat news, I got a couple of exciting emails this morning. Y'all have seen me show Fairy off a whole lot. Fairy's name is Bumblebee Once Upon a Time. And she championed at that show that I went to in Oklahoma City a few weeks ago. And I got an email this morning from the scorekeeper for our region. And she ended up being the 3rd best Berman kitten shown in the region last year. So I'm very proud of her. And then the really exciting one is Velvy, who is champion Bumblebee National Velvet. And she's the mother of the youngest babies. She actually got a regional win. So she ended up being, I think, the 22nd best cat in the region. So she gets a regional win, and I'm really, really proud of her. She didn't go to a whole lot of shows. I don't show much anymore because, I used to live 2 hours from San Antonio, 2 hours from Houston, Austin, Corpus Christi. It was really easy to get to shows. Yeah, Northwest Arkansas, not so much. I go to Oklahoma City a couple times a year when there's a show there, and then the end of July I'm going down to Mesquite, which is a suburb of Dallas. That's almost 6 hours. But it's back to Texas, and I'll get to see a lot of my friends there and hang out with my friend Charlotte again. So worth the drive to see her. But anyway, that's the kitty news. They're all doing good. Great news on titles and stuff. So I think it's all the life update stuff. Let's talk some stitching. I have to show y'all my FO. Hang on. We'll see if I can get this in the frame without, there we go. This is Things Unseen by LizzieKate. And I finished this, I don't remember, January or February, something like that. It's stitched 2/2 on 28 count. I kind of think the linen is clay pebble, but I am not absolutely positive about that. But it's stitched with the recommended, I think they were mostly gassed and maybe a few weeks threads. The only change that I made is I started out following the pattern. You see the words up there at the top. Some of them are in black. Well, I did a couple of those and I just didn't like it. So as we got further down the pattern, I changed that black to this purple color here. You can see the purple again down here. But anyway, that's it. It's all framed. I wrote my name, and probably can't see it. The pattern name and everything there on the back. I still need to put the little zigzaggy hanger doo-woppy on it, but that's ready to hang as soon as I put the hanger on it. So, and this was a thrifted frame that I got for, I think about $10, give or take, which I didn't think was bad. It had everything in it. I had to replace the glass because I dropped the glass and broke it. But Michael's had the glass on sale, so that only cost me another $2. But anyway, I'm very happy with having that frame for $10. I did stretch it and pin it myself. It ain't perfect, but it looks pretty good. I mean, I don't think anybody else is going to come in my house and go, that's not perfectly straight. So, close enough. I like it. I'm proud of it. I'm looking forward to having it hung. But that's my FFO. I don't have any other finishes. I do have, though, for the first time in several weeks, some actual significant progress on several whips. So, let me show you those. And I started a whole, well, I say a whole bunch for me. I think I ended up starting, I don't know, 14, 15, 16, something like that pieces during May. I could look in my X-Stitch app and see, but frankly, I'm just too lazy. I wasn't sufficiently motivated to do that. So anyway, I started, that's a lot of starts for me. I don't typically start that many things at once, and I'm trying to find some stuff to show y'all here. One of the things I started, though, and I think I actually started this on May 1st. This is Over the Hill by SamSarah Designs, and this is part 1. And I did not do it on the call for linen, which is a kind of a darker periwinkle. This was some 18 or 20 count stuff I had in my stash. Whoops, upside down. And I don't know exactly what it was because I'd had it since forever ago. But I did make a little bit of progress. I had the white dots done, but I got the rest of the bird done this week. And I ended up having to change the color. This is the actual called for color. And I had stitched a couple lines of that, and it looks different on here, but when I stitched it, it really just faded in. You couldn't hardly see it. So I did frog that out, and I replaced it with this color. And this is a watercolors, I think. Yes, watercolors. And I don't remember the name. I think this may be Peacock. I'm not sure. But I do have the name somewhere. And if anybody's interested, I can let you know. This is a very thick thread. Watercolors is more commonly used for needlepoint than cross stitch. It's 3-stranded cotton, but the strands are quite robust. So I'm stitching with 1 strand over 2 threads on this 18, 19, 20 count, whatever it is. And it works pretty well. I mean, it gives great coverage. It's a little, you know, I'm not a big fan of the feeling of trying to pull your threads through when it really feels like they're rubbing. But great coverage, which is why I like stitching with one strand on 32 counts and higher, because you don't get that feeling where it's really resistant to pulling through. Anyway, it's good coverage. Got a little bit of progress on my bird. He just needs a beak now. So I was feeling really, mania left me feeling like I had just accomplished nothing. And I didn't get a whole lot of other stuff done the first week or so of May, but June. But this week I did actually make some progress. The next one I want to show y'all is, this was one of those kits, if I can find the front of it. There it is. This is one of those kits from Kreinik that looks like it came in the little CD jewel box. It's called My Heart is True by Gail Bussi, I believe. Yes, Gail Bussi. It's very pretty. It came with the called for silks. All you had to provide was the linen. I have to tell you, I am not a huge fan. This is my first time to use Kreinik silk. I've used Avera Soie and Belle Soie before, and a couple of other silks, and I liked those much better. I mean, it's still silk, and I enjoy it, but it seems to fray a little bit more, and I really don't like the way they put it on their skeins. So what I did was take it off of their skeins, because as far as I'm concerned, anybody who ties a knot in silk should be drawn and quartered. I've taken it off of theirs, or out of their skeins, and put it on these little tear-shaped cards and marked them for what they are. But all I had on this before this week was the Is True. So I've gotten this little row down here and started on the flowers, and then got some of this flower border done here. And this is a 40 count. And y'all excuse me because I don't remember it's a 40 count wad. 40 count, and I think it's vintage Meadow Rue, but I'm not positive about that. It's a very pale blue-gray color. It's a very pretty color. But I enjoy the way the stitches look. Oh, sorry, y'all, I missed these. I really enjoy the way the stitches look on 40 count. I think they are beautiful. They are very tiny. They lay very prettily. Love the way it looks. What I don't love is, you know, I stitch in hand and I use the sewing method, and I'm pretty fast when I'm using the sewing method. I can't use the sewing method on 40 count. I have to stab, which slows me down a lot. I would say that I get probably a third as many stitches done as I would if I were able to do the sewing method. So I don't like that it's taken me longer, but I really do like the way it looks. And what I've done this week is I have tried, if I've had any time during the day to sit down and stitch, I have tried to pull out a project to work on for that hour or two, whatever time I happen to get. And then at night, I have tried to make some headway on Sally Spencer. We'll get there. Not a whole lot of headway. This is HoneyBee Hill from Blackbird Designs, and I just love this pattern. The more I stitch, the more I see of Blackbird Designs, the more I love them. And I think that's true for everybody. And I think it's a darn shame that there are so many of their patterns that are out of print. You can't get them. Because like that, what is it? Souvenirs of Summer, that piece that Linda Jo with Pretty Southern finished recently. Love it. Would love, love, love to do it. Out of print. I can't find it. Darn. Really, really would love to do that one. But regardless, here is my progress on HoneyBee Hill. And all I had done before this week was I had kind of this hillock here. I had most of that arch done. So I've done most of the bird, some of those little flowers, and then continued the rows of the hill down a little bit this way. That's sneeze is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. But anyway, love that one. Love it. And this one is on 36 count. The line. I'm sorry, 35 count Weeks Dye Works straw. And I'm not a huge fan of the Weeks Dye Works linen in, I've got some 30 counts. Not a huge fan. The 35, I do like it. And I hear people talk about linen being too floppy. I actually like softer linen. I find it, because I roll it up, and I roll it up from the left, hold it in my left hand, and stitch with my right. And when it's softer like this, it's easier for me to manipulate, less of a pain in the butt to try to keep rolled up. So I'm okay with it being soft. Oops, left the pattern out. And I have to take the time to put them away, y'all, because I am such a scatterbrain lately. This is another Blackbird Designs pattern. I worked on this one yesterday, I think. Let's all run together. This one is 1/2 on 36 count. Picture This plus Wren. And I think this is the way to go. I think this is up. I couldn't absolutely swear to it without pulling the pattern out. But I got most of this flower here done and a little bit of the green. All I had previously was kind of like this part. So a little bit of progress. Still going. Part of me really wants to be a monogamous stitcher so I can get some stuff done, but then the rest of me wants to stitch all the things right now, all of them, everyone. If only that were possible. And then the last thing I worked on this week was just a piece I absolutely love. This is Oh Beautiful from Shepherd's Bush. And I have seen the model of this at the Silver Needle in Tulsa. And this picture in no way, shape, or form comes anywhere near to doing it justice. It is one of the prettiest pieces of cross stitch I have ever seen. This is on I think it's 32 count. I could be wrong. It's whatever came with the kit. I think it's a 32 count French vanilla. And the only actual cross stitch in this piece is this panel here in the middle, which I am done with except for filling in this hill right here, and then a little bit of back stitch. And then the rest of it, well, I guess the letters are all cross stitch 1/1. So I've got 2 lines of the letters done. And then this week I have done these 2 bands here, and started on this red work band here. Stephanie, where are you when I need you? In Cincinnati, I know. But anyway, I would farm that one out to somebody else if there was anybody else here handy to do it for me. Not a huge fan of its glorified back stitch. And I'm not a huge fan, but it does look really pretty, and it's just that one part of the sampler, and I'll get it done. But I do absolutely love this piece. I love Shepherd's Bush. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I'm happy to have pulled it back out and gotten something done on it, because I don't think I had touched that one for a couple of months. But I do love it. Can't wait to have that one finished. And I thought I was going to hang my FO, excuse me, Things Unseen here in the living room. But I'm kind of rethinking that because I would really like to hang Oh Beautiful out here because, you know, my living room is red, white, and blue. So we'll see. This is the South that I've been stitching along with. This is Sally Spencer by Birds of a Feather. And y'all have probably seen this a gazillion times by now. I know. Michelle Bendy Stitchy has finished hers. Lynette Homesteading on the Home Front has finished hers. I think Donna from D Squared and Lori from Mischievous Stitches and Oh boy, I'm having a brain spell. Donna Ray from Flannel Jammies Farm. I think they're still working on theirs. And I know there are a lot of other people working on it too. In fact, watched a relatively new FlossTuber recently, and she was working on it. And I'll have some shout outs finally for y'all soon. But anyway, here's my progress on Sally Spencer. And I have actually made some progress. My goal is to do a letter a day. And I have to tell y'all, I am not a fan of those letters. I do not love them. I don't love them. But I'm going to get them done. So my goal is a letter per day. I was really tired last night. Wednesday I was sleepy in the middle of the afternoon. And one of my new favorite things is Vietnamese coffee. And we found the Vietnamese restaurant in Fort Smith, and they have Vietnamese coffee. And Vietnamese coffee is poured through like a little drip filter. It's almost like a French press type thing. So the coffee doesn't have like a burnt taste to it, if that makes sense. And then it's sweetened and creamed with sweetened condensed milk. So yeah, it's basically coffee candy. But anyway, it's strong. At about 3 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, I was having a hard time staying awake. I really had the yawns, and kind of like now. So I decided I was going to make a cup of that Vietnamese coffee. So it was about 3 o'clock Thursday morning before I went to sleep. So I'm still catching up. But I did get a couple letters done on Wednesday. Last night I think I got the L done last night. And I started the M, and I was just too brain dead. I kept making mistakes. I frogged it twice and finally went, I'm done. I'm going to screw it up that much. It's time to quit. So anyway, I'm making progress on Sally Spencer. I want to have her done by the end of the summer. I do love the pattern. I'm not a fan of those letters. Not a fan. But I'll get them done. Sooner or later. Yeah, right. Sooner or later? Sure. Okay, that was all my whips. I don't have any other new starts. I am being good. I have 2 new starts planned for July 4th, and then my birthday is July 8th. And on July 4th, assuming that I've gotten in the rest of the silks, because Anne at the Shepherd's Needle had to order the rest of the silks for me. She didn't have them in stock, so I'm missing several of those. So if I get those in, I'm going to start Jeanette Douglas's Patriotic Sampler. And I think there's some other people with that pattern. So I hope maybe a lot of us can start it together on July 4th. And then what I really, really hope is on July 8th, which is my birthday, I'm planning to start the Shepherd's Bush Thal. Stitch along with me any Shepherd's Bush pattern you want to stitch. Pick one. They've been in business for like 30 years, so there's a lot to pick from. Oh, no, don't fall. I would poop the proverbial hard square thing if that thing fell over and broke. But anyway, July 8th, Shepherd's Bush Thal. I will hopefully link the Facebook Sal page that I set up below. I still haven't done my notes from last week, y'all, and I'm so sorry. Kitten season is here. They keep me really busy. And just one thing and another. I guess I could have been in there messing with YouTube instead of stitching, but okay, let's face it, I'd rather stitch. But anyway, I will link it. I will, and I'll try to add the notes to last week's video too. But anyway, July 8th, Shepherd's Bush. Find a Shepherd's Bush pattern you like and stitch with me. Maybe we'll do a Facebook Live or something. I haven't ever done that, but I can figure it out, right? I have a degree. It's in nursing. That would have nothing to do with the price of tea in China, but I do have a bachelor's degree. And at one time, I had 4 specialty certifications in critical care, emergency nursing, and flight nursing, and a paramedic certification. I'm not stupid. I can figure it out, right? Okay, I have to tell you that I'm being silly about this because I spent, I kid you not, an hour and 20 minutes on either instant chat or whatever, or on the phone with the Microsoft Office people trying to get my Excel to work this morning. And I am not I'm not a tech genius. We'll leave it there. But hopefully when I go back in, because they finally remotely took control of my computer and are repairing it. But anyway, hopefully when I go back into the office, that will be fixed so I can do kitten names. Because that's how this all started, was I needed my name spreadsheet and my Excel had crashed. And anyway, long story short, surely I can figure out Facebook or YouTube Live, right? Cross your fingers. Okay, what else? Haul. I have a little bit of haul. These came from Julie, Gulf Coast Stitcher. She's awesome. I will also link her below. This is the Winter Smalls from LizzieKate. And, you know, sheep. Sheep in a stocking cap. I had to have it. And I really like the winter one, probably the best of all. But got that. And then these are LizzieKate Seasons. And I think Chelsea's been stitching some of these. And I think that whoever it is that I saw stitch them, I thought they were just uber cute. And yeah, had to have those. And then this is maybe my first La-Di-Da pattern. I'm not positive. Fractur Flowers from La-Di-Da. I saw somebody on Instagram, and I need to look it back up, because she had done this on Murky, and I believe she had changed some of the colors, and it was just stunning. Just absolutely stunning. So I need to look her up and see if she will share her conversion, because I have ordered a piece of Murky, and I plan to do it that way because it was just awesome. And then my last piece of haul is this quarter's edition of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. And I've only had time to flip through briefly. I really haven't had time to sit and enjoy it. I may take it with me on the way to Chester tonight and gaze at it on the 30-minute drive back and forth. Assuming my brother-in-law doesn't ride with us. If he rides with us, it'll have to be social. God forbid. But my big haul was, I don't remember if it was last weekend or weekend before last. I kind of think it was last weekend. Steve and I went thrifting in Fort Smith, and we found a new place there it's not a new place, it's been there. And I'll be dadgum if I can remember the name of it. But it's like a little antique mall kind of place. They had some really cool stuff. I'm going to hold this sideways just because I think it'll be easier to get it in the frame. Here it is right side up. Here it is long ways. This is a pretty good size frame. It's in a really good shape. It's got a really nice mat, and I really like that silver border in there. And I have not measured it out yet, but I think, fingers and toes crossed, I think that it may be the right size to frame Oh Beautiful in, which would just be awesome. And I didn't get that one for super cheap. It was $14.99, but it is a really heavy, professionally done frame with that inner border and the mat and everything. I paid, I think, $13.99 for it. They had the companion piece to it. I only bought the one. I think I'm going to go back this weekend and see if they still have the companion piece. And if they have it, I'm probably going to get it, because the more that I looked at that frame, the more I like it, and it was a great price. And we also, before I go there, this is a little, and I'm sure it's silver plate. I'm quite sure it's not solid silver, and it needs a good polishing. But it's just like a little silver candy dish, pretty little motif here on both sides. But I thought that this would really be cute with a little oval pin cushion in it. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, but that's my plan for this. $3. Yeah, I could stand it. And then, oh wait, one more from that place. And I wish I could remember the name of that place. This frame, Now, it wasn't $12.99. They were using it as a sign for some other stuff. It was $5.99. But it's oval, and I don't find a whole lot of oval frames. So I went ahead and got it. I think I paid $6.99 or $7.99 for it. Okay, that's what I got there. And then we were driving down the street, and I went, oh, there's another Goodwill, because we've been to one Goodwill in Fort Smith. One Goodwill in Fort Smith, and it was crappy. There was nothing there. I had any trouble leaving there. But this other Goodwill that we found, which was off of, shoot, it was the one on the west side of town. Anyway, got this. And what I like about this, I don't know if you can see that it's deep here. There's plenty of room to get a framed piece in there. It doesn't have glass or backing or a hanger or anything, but it's a very nice, substantial little frame. And this one was, I don't know, either 99 cents or $1.99. 99 cents. This one was $2.99. Now, I will be painting the mat like I did that other mat, the one behind me up there, over there. That one there for the Earth Gatherers. I will be painting the mat so it doesn't say basil on it anymore. But it's a nice square frame, got a little hanger on it, got the glass in it. I didn't think $2.99 was bad for that. And then, for 99 wonderful cents, I got this one. Not a fan of the burlappy, or I guess it's actually a linen type mat. I don't know what I'll do with that. I don't know if it's not really a mat. I think it's part of the frame. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. If nothing else, I will be trying to clean it because it's pretty grungy looking. And then this has got a double mat in it, and it's kind of weird. I'm not sure if it is set off center like that on purpose, or if it has come apart and scooched over to where it's not centered anymore. But again, for 99 cents for the frame, glass, and mat, I could handle it. And then the last one I got was, it's just a frame. Doesn't have anything else to it. It's got that linen inner lining in it again, which I'm not super stoked about. But again, $1.11, I could deal. So that was my frame haul. So altogether, I think I spent maybe $35 for all of those frames and that little dish, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Now I just need to get some stuff finished and get it framed, right? Hey, I got one done. What do you want? Anyway, and then the last thing I have to talk about is a Stitchy kindness. I made a project bag for this lady a few weeks ago, and I went to the mail the other day and pulled out an envelope from her, and I don't have her name. I don't have her permission to share her name with you, but she knows who she is, and thank you so much for the pattern. It is awesome. It's one I have considered buying. I love love one another. I love the kitty. I like the birds. I don't have a whole lot of fall stuff, so this is very cool. This is Love One Another from Plum Street Samplers. And thank you so much to the person who sent me this. It's much appreciated. Thank you. I have some shout outs. I actually this week was kind of like, screw it, I'm going to sit and stitch some. So I did. I parked my butt on the couch and watched an hour or more of FlossTube, probably 3 or 4 days this week. And I watched some new folks, which I tend to get in a rut and just watch my same old people that I love so much. But I just made up my mind I was going to find some new folks, and I did. I found new folks that I've added to my subscribe list, and I love them a lot too. And those are Socks for Mum, and it's M-U-M. Her name is Becky. She stitches a lot. Oh, she's the one that's also working on Sally Spencer. She's a lot of fun, and she also knits, so if you're knitters, you will doubly enjoy her. But she was a lot of fun. Socks for Mum. Really, really enjoyed Penny from Thrifty 1 Cent, which I love the play on her name, Penny and 1 cent. So cool. She's also a retired nurse. She's fairly new to cross stitch, but she's a hoot to watch. And I love her accent. She sounds just like she's from Louisiana, and she sounds just like one of the pilots I used to watch, used to work with, a guy named Tom Capello. Sounds just like Tom did. He was from Louisiana also. So I really enjoy her. I also watched Carol from Saltbox Stitcher. Y'all, you have to see the wall behind her, which is just covered with her work. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. She's a sampler stitcher primarily, I think. She's done a whole lot of Blackbird designs things. She's taken a whole bunch of classes. Boy, I wish I could do that with the Blackbird ladies, and knows them personally from one of them working at the shop where she used to go to. Anyway, watch Carol. Look at that wall behind her. Saltbox Stitcher. And then the last new one I watched was Tamara from This Nana Stitches. She's funny, y'all. Really enjoyed her. FlossTube was great this week. And I kind of cut myself a break and said, I'm just going to sit here and watch and stitch. And I did, and it was awesome. What else? Oh, I had been very, very flaky this week, or actually for the last 2 weeks, about replying to comments on my videos. I do read them all, y'all. I read them when they come to my email. But our office is very warm, and I do not spend a whole lot of time through the day sitting at the computer in the office. So I have not replied to a lot of comments, and I apologize for that. I do appreciate each and every one of them. I love, love, love hearing from y'all. I do read them all. I've just been lazy about replying. I'm hot, I'm fat. I don't want to sit in there. I just don't want to. So I've been very negligent about doing that, and I apologize, but please don't think that I don't appreciate the comments and don't read them, because I really do. And y'all please keep commenting. I enjoy it all. I love the two-way give and take on that. So this is one of the highlights of my life, getting to talk to y'all about stitching. I look forward to it every week. So I'm sorry that I haven't been more responsive to people's comments. What can I say? Been lazy, but thank you for commenting. I do appreciate it. That's it. I will try to be back next week, hopefully on Thursday. God willing, on the Creek Don't Rise. I had that doctor's appointment yesterday afternoon, so I didn't get to do it yesterday. But I'm trying to keep on my weekly schedule. And again, God willing, in the Creek Don't Rise, maybe I'll have some more progress to show. Y'all, keep stitching, keep making those floss tubes, keep watching. Us all sharing this community it's really awesome. It's a really wonderful thing. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day, celebrating with your dad, whether they're here or you're thinking about him in heaven like I am about my dad. Enjoy the blessings of your family. God bless y'all. Take care. Bye-bye.